Hello. Hello. Wonderful. Thank you very much for the 19 months. Nemo, good to see you back. How's everyone doing today? I actually have been moderately productive today. I got outside and did a lot of yard work. I pulled up by hand quite a lot of weeds in my backyard while being constantly harassed by the two small yappy neighbor dogs. They're very forthright in their opinions. The dogs, they'll just go completely nuts and bark at me through the fence for like an hour straight of just nothing but being barked at by the dogs. The one time I ever ran into them outside of like them being in their backyard with a fence between us, the neighbors were taking them for a walk and they were very shy and retiring. So I think yeah, it's the classic all bark and no bite. Different than remember. Oh, this is the sequel, which is set in the 70s. The original game, The Case of the Golden Idol, is set in the like 1700s, or like an equivalent time period of that, because it's a thing like a alternate universe kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know anything about this game other than it's set in the 70s and it's a sequel to The Case of the Golden Idol. So I'm assuming that the Golden Idol will be showing up. But I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know if the gameplay is the same. I have to assume that it probably is. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the first one and with the DLCs. So I'm hoping that this is just kind of more of the same. I think it's got pretty good reviews. So yeah, looking forward to it. And also like the 70s aesthetic is going to be fun, I think. And I just noticed what is this? Because it doesn't look like a helicopter. But it kind of looks like a helicopter. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Why does this guy look like he's a pilgrim? Okay, well, I guess all of these questions will be answered as we dive in. Okay. Constriction, a murderous way out. Okay, so they give you an actual like tutorial in this one. In this game, you will solve scenarios involving murder and other strange events. Interesting word. I guess that implies that murder is a strange event. I guess you could argue murder is actually not all that strange an event, unfortunately. You'll do this by dragging words into the correct slots within sentences. Solve this example puzzle. Police need to gather something to prove that the death had been a something. Well, clearly the police need to gather bridge so that they can prove the death had been a car. It's the only way that it makes sense. Okay. This feels like, I mean, if we're trying to figure out who killed the guy, I mean, it seems like a bit of an open and shut case, but okay, let's solve a scenario. You must first explore the location by clicking on all hotspots and gathering all words. Okay, well, let's do that. A baton. Help! And his name, I guess, is Morg Bracker. Yes. Oh, and we get so we get like definite information and we get like inferred information that like we're somewhere. We don't know exactly where we are, but it could be a prison or an asylum or a hotel. I'm guessing probably not hotel, just from the looks of things and the fact that this guy has a straitjacket. Oh, okay. Patients in Special Care Unit C, June 1977. Alexander Jensen, a Pacific War veteran. This one's vacant. We've got Oriol Toussaint, a professor of ancient Lemurian history. Okay, well, that's probably relevant to the Golden Idol. Two vacants. Mason Turner, an accountant and repeat murderer. And Ivy Hayes, a beauty salon manager. Okay. Collect all that. Oh, that's okay. That's nice. It gives you all of the things. You don't have to click on every single one individually. That's a nice little improvement. We've got some cigarettes, Sweet Pines cigarettes. And a ring of keys. Oh, okay. And it tells you how many words and how many spots. Cool. All right, that's everything there. Prom, Napol, prom. Is that Lemurian, maybe? What do we have? A chewed cloth strap. He chewed his way out of his straitjacket, it seems. Red wood is on the straitjacket. Okay, next, click on the following elements in the bottom bar to open them. Words, names, events. Okay. So... Oh, here. Words. Okay, so these are all the names. These are objects, and these are places. Okay, so we know this guy, Morgbracker. This guy, presumably Redwood. Not Redwood. So I guess we need to look at this. So is he... Oh, well, he's speaking Ancient Lemurian, probably, so he would be Oriel Toussaint. There we go. So I wonder what Redwood is about, then. Okay, you can try organizing the words in your inventory however you like. Try moving some around. Oh, okay, you can put them wherever you want. Nice. This could make it helpful for, like, organizing my thoughts, I guess. And yeah, it's certainly it's a strong opening, eh? Like someone strangling someone with the straps of a straitjacket. Okay, you can quickly hide and show all the elements you last had opened by pressing the I button or space on your keyboard. Okay, just do that a bunch. Now you're on your own to solve the mystery at hand. Okay, so we've got how to play, we've got names, events. I guess the first one was showing someone throwing another off a cliff. So I guess this is part of the course. Yeah. They like to make a strong statement with the opening, I guess. Okay, the something. Someone killed someone with a something from a something in the somewhere something. Okay, so we know that Oriel Toussaint killed Morgbracker with a strap from a straitjacket. Oh, it must be in the Redwood Asylum. Did I miss that when I was looking at this? No, okay, it doesn't actually say the name of the asylum, it seems. Oh, and he was a professor. There you go. Oh, very nice. There's definitely more polish in this game, I think, than in the first one. A lot of nice little gameplay elements. You've solved the scenario. Oriel Toussaint, professor of ancient Lemurian history, chewed through his straitjacket strap and suddenly strangled Nurse Morgbracker in cell 202. Lazarus Hurst was the leader of the Puritanical Order Party, which governed Albion from 1792 to 1795. Some claimed he used a mysterious golden idol to seize power. Nowadays, though, this is known to be a myth. Yes. Well, we know better. Okay, so what are we clicking? What is all? Okay, that's the thing. This is this. Okay, so this is the next case. Congratulations on finishing your first case. Welcome to Chapter 1, The Curse, in which a strange threat looms over New Wells. You missed much of the first game, as Lemuria are commonly accepted a real place in this world as opposed to a mythical continent. Yeah. It's we went to Lemuria. I think it's like an ancient civilization. So if I'm remembering my in-game lore correctly, Lemuria was a civilization that had a great empire. They had advanced technology. They were the ones who built the golden idol in the first place. And then they kind of forgot how their technology worked. And it sort of turned into mysticism, and their empire crumbled a bit. And so they were then sort of contemporaries with the Albion people, who we were kind of investigating earlier on in the story. One of the DLCs was about, I think it was on an island that might have been like Lemuria itself, maybe. I forget exactly, but like it's like a definitely like a real place and real people who were still around at the time of the first game. Whether it's still a real place now, like in the 70s is different. Question. Okay, so New Wells. I wonder where New Wells is supposed to be, or what New Wells is like. Story 1. Academic impact. Death of a brilliant mind. Okay. Alright, well, we've got a car. The car's still running. We've got a lady. Oh my god, is he dead, Cyril? Okay, the name Cyril immediately makes me feel like this is more British than American. I don't like, not to say that there aren't American Cyrils, but there's just something about the name Cyril that makes me feel British. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Okay, with Deborah as well. Deborah and Cyril. Dear Deborah, I'm saddened to hear that Brandon's exam... Oh, but then Brandon, though. That's very American. Brandon's exam results have been rather poor. It seems your son has taken after his father. I warned you about marrying into that family. Mommy. Okay, well, Mommy is also more American coded. I think the game was actually made... The dev team is Polish, possibly. So they can, they can make stuff be however they like. It's like they're not necessarily using the UK or America specifically. And so she's a married woman. I don't know. What should we do? So this would be Cyril Bagman. Do I just fill him in now? This would be Deborah Bagman. Married. He's got a car key. And a driver's license. Okay. It's interesting how some of these are red and some of them are like... Is the color just related to the object maybe then? You don't think you've ever met a Cyril in all your life? I'm racking my brains. I'm trying to think, have I ever met a Cyril? Yeah, I don't know that I have. I've known more Toms than I can possibly count. There were so many Toms in my year and like the year below and the year above in school that all of them had to go by their surnames, apart from one who was the eldest, and he got to be just Tom. He was like the original Tom, and everyone else had to go by their surnames. Okay, we've got a red pen. The man is not breathing. He slept on something, he went for something, he fell from something, he collided with something. Okay. Sir, which of these speech titles do you prefer for the graduation ceremony at Imperial University? Yeah, the Alpha Thomas, the Thomas Prime. Interesting enough, despite having a pretty common name, I haven't met many who share mine. I have never met anyone in my entire life who shares my name. I'm aware of some people who have the same first name as me, but I have never met anyone with that name. And if I do, I imagine that we will commiserate together. Like, yes, we know it'll be like that scene in The Simpsons when Milhouse finally meets someone else called Milhouse, and they both cry together at the like, I thought I was the only one. Okay, the shortcomings of, is that Novak's algorithms? I don't want to criticize my own work in an inspirational speech. In the age of computers, maths is the new frontier. Not great, but would use. So this guy is Novak, or Nowak. You once met a young man with your name when it was a transcendent experience. I wonder what it's like to be someone with a common name. Where, like not even just a common first name, but a common first and last name combination. So that, like, there are in the world people named John Smith, right? Like, what must it be like to, on a semi-regular basis, meet people who have the same name as you? We've got a lighter. We've got a key. Okay, this is this image here. I'm guessing that's something to do with the university. We've got a packet of Brigantine Blue Blend cigarettes. And we've got some names. John Robkin, Thomas Crow, Caleb Reynolds. Okay. Got some stairs, which are covered with ice and snow. So it looks like he slipped down the stairs, but possibly he was pushed from up here. Okay, here's cigarettes. So he didn't buy the cigarettes here because they don't sell his brand. We're missing some spots still. Where are we missing? Yeah. Westbridge 1. property of Sir Isaac. Arrange for a taxi to be here at 6 p.m. I have a meeting at 45C Stockyard Street, IN. So that'll be Isaac Novak. Guessing. Because he's Novak. And okay, none of those are the place that he mentioned. Food is consumed. What were you eating, Thunderful? I'm curious. You got talked into going to a small party for the 4th. I met another person there with your name. It was interesting to hold conversations. It's... Well, I guess it depends how much you lean into the idea of nominative determinism, but in theory, you could have quite a lot of common with someone who has the same name as you, especially if you have a somewhat unusual name, right? Like if your name comes from a particular culture or a particular sort of inspiration, then chances are that your parents have similar kind of relation to his parents or their parents. So, yeah. It's a woman who married a man and was able to change her surname from Johnson or something to Griffin Saber. Must have been incredible. Yeah, wow, that's an upgrade, I think. It's fair to say. Okay, so this guy we think is Isaac Novak. Yep. Okay, events. Someone and someone discovered the body of someone, which was there because he's something the something. I think he slipped on the stairs. And the people who found him were Cyril and Deborah Bagman. Oh, whoops. Can I swap those? No. They discovered the body of Isaac Novak. Oh. Well then, he fell from the bridge. Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time I'd been somethinged. You know, I've led a fairly interesting life. You've solved the scenario. While driving home, Deborah and Cyril suddenly noticed the dead body of Sir Isaac Novak, who had fallen from the bridge above, tearing his yellow shirt sleeve in the process. Yes, all of my somethings have been consensual, I'm happy to say. And this is just the... Oh, this is the next one? Thank you for your cooperation. We're happy to cover Brandon's tuition fees, provided our arrangement lasts. From your side, we expect complete confidentiality about our motivation for funding Brandon. Any breach of this confidentiality will result in swift termination of funding. Sincerely, Rare Talent Fund. Interesting. Okay, so there's a whole series of events going in, and we have to try and figure out what it is. Okay. Someone offered to fund Brandon, possibly Bagman's tuition in exchange for confidentiality about the fact that someone had been affected by the something. I'm wondering if this is Golden Idol. Okay, so we can't do this yet. I guess. Oh, wait, what? 100%? Story 1? Oh, okay. There's the second one. So yeah, I guess we have to do all 3 of these before we can fill this bit in. Something, no, really, I'm quite boring. Here's a story about something that has only ever happened to me during the course of this century. But no, please, I insist on quite ordinary, original. That is, yeah, I tend to omit the middle name because it's a bit wordy, but no, it is, I don't know, I was thinking about this earlier, actually. Like, I genuinely consider myself a relatively boring person, in that I'm not, like, I don't make things happen very much. Things may happen to me, and I'm a very, sort of like chilled out, laid back person in terms of allowing things to happen to me. I'm happy to go along with things, and like experience stuff. But all of the really crazy things that have happened to me in my life have been because someone else made them happen. Basically, like very little has happened to me that I've made happen because I'm just not very adventurous by myself. I mean, for an example, I'm not entirely. I might have to choose my wording carefully here on Twitch maybe, but I had the occasion the other day to wish my my ex, who is my current housemate, although we'll be moving out at the end of the month, good luck in planning his furry cream pie gangbang, because that's a thing that he's doing. And yeah, just not a phrase I ever really imagined myself uttering, but it was said in earnest because, you know, he's really excited about doing it, and so Why wouldn't I want him to have a good time? The trap of thinking you're boring because you don't plan birthdays or play the harpsichord. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I didn't. I did play the bass, which is like that's something that's not boring. I mean, of all the instruments that you could pick, bass is probably like the stereotypical most boring. But yeah, I had to give that up when I moved to the US because one, I wasn't actually playing very much. I was really bad at motivating myself to actually like get better, and two, it just like there was no way I was lugging all that stuff over here with me. But I have been thinking a little bit recently, like, do I maybe want to buy a cheap bass again and a lamp, and because it was fun. I like playing bass. I was never very good at it, but that doesn't matter, right? You do things because you enjoy doing them, not because you're good at them. Okay, what's going on with this one? Under construction. A brutal blue-collar departure. If it ever gets to that point, something consensual could be your NSFW tag. Yeah. I feel, well, so I've got my, not that I encourage anyone to follow it, because I don't really do anything on there other than like horny posts at people. But I do have an NSFW Twitter, and it's something NSFW, which I thought was kind of a good name, right? You've got the something original, and then you've got the something NSFW. But yeah, something consensual is more wholesome. Although it does kind of mean that I couldn't ever do like CNC stuff, which can be fun. So I don't want to paint myself into a corner too much there. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, shit happens, Monty. Shit happens. So this guy's Monty. Shit. And we missed the pale game as well, Ted. It was all for nothing. Okay, so we've got Ted and Monty. It's Monty, that's Ted. Oh yeah, I'm gonna press space to get rid of that. Maybe my name on Blue Twitch. Well, I guess I know I already have an account there. It's just it's for looking at stuff, not for making stuff. These these guys, like the art style is I love, like it's like it's ugly, but it's on purpose, right? It's not like poorly drawn. It's drawn with this particular aesthetic in mind. I like that. Okay, well this guy's having a bad day. The man is not breathing. Foreman. Fine, you and the boys can end your shift early today to watch the Pale game, but only if you finish dismantling the old sewage pipes in the construction pit first. These are the tasks for this coming Monday, July 14th. Werther should start digging out the old electric cables. Totsky must finally demolish that red garage building. Okay, so Werther and Totsky, the surnames of these guys, presumably? Okay. Look, my vehicle has been out of order since yesterday. I requested the repair team. You can check with head office. Alright. Inspector Roy Sampson. It's an interesting... But there's a story behind this badge, I'm sure. Like, what's the deal with the sword and the cross? It's giving Templars. So you're saying the vehicle has not been working since July 10th? Let me note that down, Mr. Jenkins. Okay, so you... Jenkins. Wait. Yeah. You... Jenkins. Oh yeah, this guy is... Roy Sampson, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Yes. Okay, so he's our inspector. We've got Ian Worth as well. Put that in right away. Ian Worth. Hey Roy, come here quick. We've got another corpse. It's fresh, but there's something wrong with it. He's got a shooter. So... Oh, wow. What's going on here? Luke Brown. A+. What does A+? And okay, it's an old military dog tag. There's easy work at the old docks. Ask the locals for Hunter Wolf. Signed Benny Crystal. And this man is not breathing, and his eyes are all fucked up. Okay. I'm curious. What would you call this apparatus here? The big yellow, like digging equipment machine. It would appear we've also abandoned the cultural practice of everyone carrying big knife at all times in this area. Yes, yes, that seems to have fallen by the wayside. It's such a shame when the old traditions are no longer kept up. You know, just everyone having a dagger on them at all times. Okay, we've got someone fishing. Is this is him? So he is the operator of this machine. Safety rules. When operating grade 2 heavy machinery, such as demolisher, excavator, or cutter, 1. Check the machine's status lights. 2. Report to the service team if you see any errors. Oh, we've got vehicles. Ah, okay. So we have to... okay, we can know who operated what and what each of them were. Okay, well, this looks like a cutter. This looks like a demolisher. This looks like an excavator. And we know that this guy did the excavator. We don't know about these two yet, I think. Best bill. Okay. There's a red flashing light here. Was there anything... Okay, so this was all good. No red lights here. Whoops. No red lights here, but there is a red flashing light here. So something is not right with the... Is that with the legs, maybe? Why is this bipedal with a fucking giant sword? That sounds so dangerous. You'd call it a backhoe. That's an excavator in standard Americanized English with lemon garnish. So what I would call this is a JCB. Does the name JCB mean anything to any of you? I'm curious because I know that it's very, very common to call it a JCB in the UK, but JCB is a brand name. It's one of those ones that I think is like it's become genericized, possibly. That even things that aren't actually JCB brand are called JCBs in the UK just because that's what people call them. Like any kind of digger like this, as long as it's yellow. Jameson's Construction Bingle, yes. By appointment to His Majesty the King. Yeah, like Kleenex or Band-Aid or despite, well, I don't know if this is actually a legally achieved genericized status, but I know that Velcro are very, very firm about the fact that no, it's not called Velcro, it's called Hook and Loop Fastener. The brand is called Velcro. Except no substitute, not immigration. Yeah, that's the what's that, like the Reform Party UK's slogan. Which has resulted in the death of foreman Joel Gregson. An upsetting incident indeed. This is Miranda Meadows from New Wells Regional TV. Back to you in the studio. Okay, so Joel Gregson is the dead guy. Where are we? Joel Gregson. She's Miranda Meadows. Okay. And we've got okay, so we've got all our words now. We've just got to figure out who's who. My vehicle's been out of order since yesterday. I requested the repair. So we know that this vehicle is out of order, and so he must be Bill something, and he drives the cutter. And this guy's the foreman, so he doesn't drive anything. So this guy is Bill Jenkins. It must be. Okay, and then we've got... Was it here? Yeah, Werter should start digging out the electric cables. So the person who has... And yeah, so Werter is the digger. Potsky is the demolisher. And so... Ted Werter. Monty Totsky. And now we just got to figure out the name of this other dead guy. A collection of silly mobiles that grow more silly from left to right. Yeah, like the... having multiple like triangular tracks on this is like unusual, but you could see it making sense. 4 legs, no, that's just silly. Like at least like this, the way it makes it look is that these legs are intended to allow it to like walk around, which is bizarre. And then any kind of bipedal robot, you're just asking for trouble. Okay, so what do we get? This guy had... Okay, Luke Brown. We just know his name. That was easy. Luke Brown. There we go. So that's all those. And now we just got to figure out events. Someone used the something on the something something. This resulted in the death of someone. Following this, the body of someone was found unexpectedly. So the body of Luke Brown was found unexpectedly. The death of post-Soviet hands created this contraption. Yeah, it's got that vibe. What I think is funny is the more dangerous the tool and machine, the less legs. Yeah, and therefore stability. Yeah. Of all the things you don't want just accidentally tipping over, this would be the one. Wait, hang on. Remind me. The dead guy is Joel Gregson. Okay, so... Was it someone... Okay, it was either someone... Okay, so we okay. On the electric pipe. No, the sewer pipe. Right? Because that's what this is. This is a sewer pipe. Someone used something on the sewer pipe. The thing that was... Just move this over here. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay. They wanted to get to the Pale game early, so they were rushing to dismantle the old sewage pipes. And I guess, okay, so it was either someone tried to demolish it and like smacked it and it landed up there, or someone tried to dig it and snapped it and it landed on this guy. I'm guessing it was. Well, actually, we can look what they're saying. Shit happens, Monty. Shit happens. And he's saying shit. So, was it him who done it? I'm going to guess that it was him who done it. I can only assume Pale is either a team or a very goofy sport. Yeah, so interestingly, the word for ball in Welsh is pale, with like a P-E with a hat on it, L. And so I'm reading that and I'm just thinking in my head that they're talking about the game of ball, which is quite a lot of games, really, when you get down to it. Okay, so are we going to say that it was Monty Totsky using the demolisher? Yeah. Cool. You've solved the scenario. Foreman Joel needed to remove a sewage pipe, but the cutter vehicle was out of order. Not wanting to miss a Pale game, he asked Monty to use his demolisher instead. This led to Joel being crushed by the pipe. Police arrived and, during the investigation, found another fresh body inside the sewage pipe. Okay. You've seen his body. It would be a shame if it got out that the man who was an inspiration to the world was just another junkie, like one of those homeless deadbeats. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone, but there are those who might. I suggest you talk to the commissioner. Oh, the plot thickens. Ah, and we get more words that we can use and more things that we can fill in. Okay, during a construction yard incident, the body of... what was it? It was... I've already forgotten. Was it Luke Brown? But it was found in a sewage pipe. Afflicted by a strange condition, the police named something we haven't got yet. Okay, the famous scientist Isaac Nowak was found dead by the Bagman couple. We know that that's correct. Okay. And now we get part 3. like how the Mayan game played with the hip to determine fitness for sacrifice is in every reference to it referred to as the ball game. Yeah, I like that. There's one of the Discworld books is the book is Witches Abroad, and it involves some witches going abroad because he likes a pun as much as the next person. But there's a bit where they're traveling, like, so he gets to do a lot of sort of little references to various places around the world as they travel. And one of them, they come into this sort of Mediterranean-esque town, and in the town, it's time for the thing with the bulls, and that's what they call it. Like that, that's what it's called. It's just called the thing with the bulls, which is, yeah, like that. Newsflash: the sudden announcement of a sinister cult. Hello? There we go. Okay, and so we get new places we can go to for the first time. Alright, there's our detective, or inspector, Roy Sampson. It's alright. Apparently 9th District needs help, so I've been promoted to homicide lead there. Besides, if this is some drug occult thing, it's definitely out of my wheelhouse. Roy, get to Sebastian's office immediately and bring these case files of yours. Possum 13, Beetle 4, Cougar 9. Interesting naming scheme for the case files. Okay. What the hell, Roy? I thought you called this conference. What is old Seb blathering about up there on the podium? Are you off the case? What's a bloody demonic drug cult expert? Never heard of it. Okay, well, we can start filling some stuff in. So we know that this is Roy Sampson. We know this is Ian Worth. We know that this guy is Sebastian something. Those are 2 topics we wanted to cover today. I can offer you 5 minutes for a couple of questions now. Press conference at 1 PM on December 7th. They expect updates on the high-profile case, the string of bum deaths. I feel like you probably shouldn't be calling it that. Presumably they'd yet to undergo the cultural inevitability of inventing base cricket Pisapalo ball. Yeah, it's the sporting equivalent of carcinization, right? Everything becomes cricket. Oh, there's a lot of words. Okay. Is the family going to press charges against the municipality? I'm thankful for our police force. It's one of the few corruption-free institutions we have. I will believe that when I see it. As the commissioner said, the death was a tragic accident. Why do the police call the death? Why do the police call the cause of all these homeless deaths the Red Curse? Is there really a demon-worshipping cult? It's just shorthand. We strongly believe the deaths are linked to a demon-worshipping drug cult, and we plan to involve experts from out of state. Are you considering any explanations other than a connection to drugs? For instance, a deliberate assassination through telepathy? We deal with real crime, sir, not fantasy. Yes, the real crime of demon-worshipping drug cult. Okay. I appreciate you joining me, Jack. It's nice to see a familiar face. These vultures are after Father's reputation. I convinced the police to release the body today so we can start preparing for the funeral. Unfortunately, it will have to be a closed casket ceremony. The fall has disfigured his face. Wonder if he has weird red eyes. To the rest of the executive team, I appreciate the offers to take time off to mourn, but we must prove that the International Knowledge Foundation can function without its creator. Therefore, I will continue leading it. All Foundation projects listed below should proceed uninterrupted. Third World Light, Wisdom Interconnected, Rare Talent Fund, which we've seen mentioned before. From the CEO, EN. Presumably this is Jack. I knew we hadn't been close. I know we hadn't been close lately, but I'd come to support my cousin. Don't worry about the closed casket thing. Your father was the greatest scientist of the modern age, and I assure you his legacy will live on. So, you're Jack. Okay, we've got this that we can fill in. During the conference, Sebastian something claimed the case something was a something, and the case something has a strong something. Okay, so we have to figure out which of these cases is which. One of them is a... one of them is a drug cult. don't know. Well, okay, we don't have enough information for that yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's an idol that makes you immolate. It's not outside the realm of possibility. That's true. Like they don't know that though, right? Like the golden idol was from 300 years ago, and I'm sure like I think even in the intro when they were talking about how was Lazarus Kane, was that his name? The name he went by. That people claimed he had some mysterious like magical power, and that's been dismissed now. So no one believes in the golden idol. I think at this time, or at least the general population doesn't believe in it. I'm sure that there's some weird cult. It's a tad more believable than telepaths. Have you met some people addicted to hard drugs? I'm not sure that I actually have. Well, I mean, like not like met. You know, I've walked past people on the street who I'm sure were addicted to hard drugs. But yeah, I've never really had very much direct interaction with people addicted to hard drugs. So, but no, yeah, it's true that I'm sure that they could believe that they were like demonic or something. Most of my interactions have been with people addicted to softer drugs. Okay, we can go in here. Oh dear. Tiger 98. That looks like either multiple bullet wounds or some stabbing. They're oddly uniform. This is Gecko 71. Beetle 4. It's like a neck wound. Monkey 34. Ligature. Ah, here we are. Okay. Autopsy. Table A. Hemorrhage for bullet wounds, murder. So that would be this one. Unknown. Connected to Cougar 9? So the one with the covered face maybe could be because their eyes are all weird, and that's like the common theme. Okay, and we've got blunt trauma to the back of the head, and asphyxiation with a rope. Suicide? Question marks. So that would be this one. Okay, these are both. Okay, this is C. Okay, we can see that this is C. See that C. Okay. So that means if they... Okay. So this one was blunt trauma. This one must be D. This is A. Okay, B. So Cougar 9 possibly connected to Beetle 4. It's possible the NATO alphabet is different here, since places like Lima and Quebec. That's a very good point. Yes, I hadn't actually considered that. So yeah, maybe Beetle and Tiger and... Yeah, maybe they're just all animal names. That's their phonetic alphabet. It's just animal names. I feel like there's probably flaws with that. But, yeah. Okay, so how do we get out of here? Oh, here. Okay, so that's like the morgue. Here we have... Alright, so the victim. And he has weird fucked up eyes. This is a picture of someone from the case something, which we were just looking at. It was Beetle 4, I think. His body lies on table, blah. His death is linked to the something. Okay, well, we can fill in some of this. In fact, I'm going to do that right now while I remember to. So, this is C. This is A. So this is, yeah, he's on table B, and he's Beetle 4. But we don't know his name. Okay. Back up, go back in here. Oh, that's a lot of names. Okay. Case name, Cougar 9, Red Curse Cases, opened July 11th, 1977. Led by Roy Sampson, first victim, Luke Brown. Potential witness suspects, Benny Crystal, friend, Hunter Wolf, work. Okay. And I think, yes, his death is linked to Red Curse. But we don't have his name yet, I think. Case name, Possum 13. Led by Roy Sampson, deceased homeless individual alias Dirty William. This is your eyes. This is your eyes on drug. And it's just red eyes with crosses on them. Found in a container at the old docks on Stockyard Street. Cause of death unknown, but clearly connected to Cougar 9 because he's got the weird fucked up red eyes. Case name closed, led by Roy Sampson, deceased Sir Isaac Novak, world famous scientist and philanthropist. We've got some redaction here. Living relatives: Elizabeth Nowak, Adam Nowak, Jack Novak. Okay, so Elizabeth, that's you. And you are Novak, you are Novak. Elizabeth. Oops. And we're looking for a surname for Sebastian, right? I don't think we've seen that yet. Welcome to the Wisdom Interconnected Network. Please input query. Computer, let me in. Command not recognized. Please input query. Help computer. Dear Mr. Walsh, congratulations on becoming Wisdom Interconnected newest board member. Our next board meeting is in June, after which you will receive biannual remuneration. Meanwhile, please accept the latest DAC2 computing machine as a token of our appreciation. So your name is Walsh. Cool. And we've got one more thing to look at here. Allied States of Hesperia flag. Okay. So this is just a turkey. Hang on. Nude Tane. No, it doesn't work. Alright, we've got all our bits. Okay, so why don't we know this guy's name? Unless it's Isaac Novak, maybe? Because Sebastian Walsh. Because, yeah, they're here, right? Yeah, I convinced the police to release the body today. Okay, so yeah, so it's... Yeah. Because they're talking about... Right? Unknown. Okay, so he appeared to have fallen, but he probably has fucked up red eyes. Allied implies non-united, which implies that there's a greater ability to invade and conquer Ohio. I mean, I guess you could, but like, why would you want to? So is this then? He's like, no. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So. All right, we need to go back and look at this conference. So he's saying these are the two topics we wanted to cover today: high-profile case and the string of bomb deaths. So, okay, so the Beetle 4 case was a tragic accident. Right? That's what they said? Yes, a tragic accident. And then the case... homeless, yeah. So, Possum 13 has a strong... Do we have connection? Yes, drug connection. Yeah. Okay, now we just have to put in the events. New Wells Police scheduled a press conference to announce that Isaac Novak had been the victim. Okay, so had been a victim of the... So it can't be Isaac Novak. Before the conference, someone, something, someone... A something and a computer. So a board position and that was offered to Sebastian Walsh. Who was it? Was... Oh, wait, hang on. The CEO, right, of the EN. And so EN is Elizabeth Novak. So she's running the show. He wants to cover stuff up, I'm guessing, is what's happening here. So Elizabeth Novak. Oh, they were going to announce that he'd been a victim of the Red Curse, but then she gave him a board position and a computer, which he doesn't know how to use. As a result, during the conference, Sebastian Walsh declared that Isaac Novak had been the victim of a tragic accident. Bam. I'm a little... So, if it wasn't all correct, would it still play this little cutscene thing? Because if it wouldn't, then the cutscene thing is kind of redundant, I feel like. Melkor, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing? You've solved the scenario. The day the conference was announced, Elizabeth Novak visited Police Commissioner Sebastian Walsh and offered him a lucrative board position with one of the foundations she led. In exchange, she wanted him to hide facts about her father's death. Sebastian accepted the proposal. He swiftly promoted Roy Sampson to another position and took over the conference announcements because his eyes are all fucked up. Cool. Summary of evidence. To Roy Sampson, December 6, 1977. Beetle 4 has the same affliction as Cougar 9. Strong. Beetle 4 and Cougar 9 had the same cause of death. Weak. Foreign substance present. Cougar 9, 0. Beetle 4, 0, so it's not drugs. Same affliction, different cause of death. Okay. Oh. Cougar 9 notes. Notable places. Benny's place. Drug pushing office. 3 warehouses in the old docks. Farp warehouse. Would not let us in without a warrant. Old warehouse. Decommissioned in 1950. Homeless congregate there. Steelside warehouse. Completely empty with evidence of recent cleaning. Notable witnesses or suspects. Benny Crystal. Claims he hardly knew Luke Brown, and they were not friendly. Advised contacting Hunter Wolf, who has a workshop in Steelside Warehouse and offers odd jobs to people like Luke. Hunter Wolf was unable to find this person. No traces in the Steelside Warehouse or anywhere else in the docks. Okay. Alright, so we've got the whole thing now. During a construction yard accident, the body of... Q9. Luke Brown is there. Right. Yeah, Luke Brown. Spent in a sewage pipe, afflicted by a strange condition the police named Red Curse. A few minutes later, the famous scientist Isaac Novak was discovered dead by the Bagman couple. After being contacted by someone worried that everyone... Okay, so Elizabeth Novak worried that everyone would think that Isaac Novak had been a drug user. A few days later, someone offered to fund Brandon something's tuition in exchange for confidentiality about the fact that, I guess it must be Isaac Novak, had been afflicted by the Red Curse. Hours before the conference, Sebastian Walsh was offered a similar deal and took it. However, the laboratory investigation found zero evidence that either Red Curse victim had been a drug user. Okay, so we've got to figure out what this thing with Brandon is. That was from here, I think. No, not that. What are these addresses? Was it over here? No. Dear Deborah, I'm saddened to hear that Brandon's exam results have been rather poor. Seems your son has taken after his father. I warned you about marrying into that family. So Deborah's mother is writing to Deborah about Brandon Bagman. And Deborah is being written to by her mother. Who is her mother, though? And how are the Bagmans connected? Did they just found this guy? Okay. I think this is the one we want. Was it her again? Was she... I mean, she's the only one I can think of. Like, she's... Yeah, okay, there we go. So she's the one trying to cover everything up. Alright, story 1. Now we've got story 2. Oh, wow, okay. Shortly before his death, Isaac Novak went to meet someone at the... let's go back here. Oh, good. My dog ear toggle is working. For some reason, I think maybe the like the Twitch integration had disconnected or something. It's good to see I can become dog. Okay, so I have a meeting at 45C Stockyard Street. Okay, and Stockyard Street was. Oh wait, no, I don't want to go here. To go. Yeah. Right, Stockyard Street. 45A and B and... Oh, okay. Didn't look at the letter. They're all next to each other. Okay. So, which one was it? It was... 45C Stockyard Street. Okay. Which is the Steelside Warehouse. A few days later, someone connected to the something provoked someone into bribing someone who stopped investigations into something's death. Do I have all of the information? I feel like... Oh. You've seen his body. It would be a shame if I got out the man who was an inspiration to the world. That's, I know, that was another junkie. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone, but there are those who might. I suggest you talk to the commission. Okay, so someone is blackmailing Elizabeth Novak into bribing Sebastian Walsh, who stopped the investigation into Isaac Novak's death. Someone connected to the something. Okay, what's this symbol here? We also expect complete confidentiality about our motivation for funding Brandon. Oh, it's because they saw his eyes, right? They saw the body, I guess. Any breach of this confidentiality result in swift termination of funding. Okay, maybe that's why they're being bribed. Okay. Hunter Wolf. That's Hunter Wolf, right? That's a wolf who's hunting. So, what is Hunter Wolf? Barb Warehouse? Steelside Warehouse. Yeah, Steelside Warehouse. There we go. Cool. I was a little curious. Let me read this first. We can take this gilded brass trinket for scrap metal. You can have 3 sous for it and call yourself lucky. It's my fantastic pseudo-French accent. It's not actually a French accent, right? It's an accent of whatever made-up place this guy is from, so it's not actually racist. Thank you very much. Okay, so we saw this happen at the end of the case of the Golden Idol, and then the implication is that it just sat on a shelf gathering dust for centuries. Well, I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I was curious. I looked up how long people usually take to beat the case of the Golden Idol, and it turns out the average time to beat the case of the Golden Idol is a fair bit longer than the amount of time that I took, and so I was feeling kind of smug, so I got through it quickly. Several years earlier, Chapter 2, The Pursuit, in which a lost power is sought. Ooh, we get a corkboard. Cool. Get to connect things up with string, hopefully. Garden Retreat, the Zen Center Rendezvous. Is it normal to be raking your Zen garden in the middle of the night? I don't know. I've never had a Zen garden. Has she just buried someone in the garden? The shovel is making me wonder. You're listening to the Psychedelic Hour on Rock FM this fine Friday evening. That was Bad Rug with their short-lived hit, She Pulled Back From My Kiss. The song enjoyed some success early this year, but quickly fell right off the charts. Oof. Okay, I wonder how that will be in any way relevant. True, he always was a thief, but did it have to go that way? Before the new dawn, night must fall, I suppose. So we've got a credit card. Big. The woman is crying. Stolen, property, asset, seizure, someone's death, nervous breakdown. That's a lot of words. A passport being burned. Okay, we can go over here. Can't look in there. Nothing else for me to click on? Doesn't look like it. Alright. City Gazette. Eccentric historian's Harmony Foundation receives millions for undisclosed project. Historian in quotes. Got an opened safe. There's a strange artifact. And another strange artifact. And we've got some bits. Are these components needed to repair the Golden Idol? Because I know that it needed a gem, and I know that it needed a lever. And I guess the last thing they were looking for is whatever this is. Okay. More strange artifact. Money. Okay. 10,000 units of money. And a towel. With a dragonfly on it. A spray can. Hair? Was that hair question? Pepper, yeah. I don't think it's pepper spray. I can't look any closer at this, because this seems to be this, right? They look similar. Alright, we've got an answering machine. Delay the other two till September. Oh, 3 messages. Hi, it's your favourite ex-husband. You'll be pleased to hear I'm finally getting sober. As part of the process, I'd like to make amends with you. For starters, I've decided to return that Lankan artifact I took in the divorce. All I ask in exchange is your forgiveness. If you're free on Friday, I could bring it in then. Let me know. Ex-husband. Return artifact, exchange forgiveness. Alright. This is the chief auditor from OPIG's finance department. I've been going through your foundation's recent payment history, and frankly, you seem to be robbing us blind. Unless you can explain yourself, you could expect a visit from me on Friday, when I'll have to confiscate your credit card and any assets you bought with it. Okay. Hey, it's me, your trusty colleague. Sorry I've been off radar. I've been keeping my head down at the Dragonfly Inn. I'll swing by on Friday with our new pointy-eared friend. Remember, I'm going to need Plan B rates for this one, not like the other 7. Now that we're parting ways, I'll also need that passport we discussed. Okay, so the colleague is the person she's buried, I'm guessing. Because they were the one who came here. And maybe they're also the one who's been embezzling money. Okay, that's all the bits. So we've got numbers. We don't have this, whatever this is, yet. Which is interesting. We can't do anything on the corkboard yet either. So, okay, overview. The events that took place at the somewhere on August something resulted in something. Okay. So, it is... Oops. Is this... Well, it's a crescent, but is it waxing or waning crescent? Well, okay, so it's between here and here. So it's certainly the one something. So I guess yeah, it's waning crescent. Okay, resulted in something. Well, it resulted in someone's death. And the place is this the Harmony Foundation then? Okay, what's the date then? I'll swim by on Friday. So if it's Friday, then it's the 17th. Yay! Okay. Okay. Now we get events. I see. Someone visited someone to something and something or something. During the meeting, someone suddenly tried to something someone. In response, someone something someone with something something and then something a something. As a result, someone something and something a something. Okay. So, ex-husband visited historian to return an artifact for forgiveness. During the meeting, someone suddenly tried to... something someone... Oops. He always was a thief, but did I have to go that way before the new dawn? Night must fall, I suppose. Weird that this is involved here. Like, is this actually relevant? Because it's the radio, right? Like, why would what's playing on the radio be relevant to kind of these specific events? Okay, so the ex-husband... Oh, hang on. Okay, so there's some green here. Spray can. And it's been used, right? There's green there, and there's green on her hand. Oh, is she crying because of pepper spray? Is it actually pepper spray and not hairspray? Okay, during the meeting, all right, is this what happened then? The ex-husband suddenly tried to kiss the historian. In response, historian sprayed ex-husband with pepper spray, and then something or something. I really feel like I'm missing something. Like, I have all the words and all the spots, but it's really not clear to me. If you don't have, like, burned a passport, right, which is clearly a thing that happened, right? A passport has been burned, but that isn't a thing that we can put anywhere here because we don't have the word passport or the word burned. This game reminds me of the setting of Veclay, which is one guy creating an entire alternate history world with an Atlantic, moneyless, confederated island nation where the Cold War never ended and the Soviet Union survived. Also he could draw his OC dressed up in silly clothes. I mean, fair dues. Like, I would say you can dress your OC up in silly clothes as much as you want without having to do that. But if you want to go the extra mile and create an entire world for it, then yeah, more power to you. Get ready for work, have a good stream. I will do my best to have a good stream. Well, I'm already having a good stream, Wonderful, but I will continue to have a good stream. Thank you. And have as good a time as possible at work. Okay, so as a result, ex-husband fell and hit a rock, I'm guessing. Can we... Yes, okay. So there is a rock covered in blood. So someone definitely fell and hit a rock. Okay, what are we missing here? Just want historian sprayed ex-husband with pepper spray and then... So here's the pepper spray. And then opened a safe? I mean, like... Does that make sense? Because this has to be a verb, right? So it can only be pulled, opened, sprayed. We already had sprayed, so it's either pulled or opened. Pulled a rug. And he was standing on the rug, so she pepper sprayed him, pulled the rug, he slipped, he fell. Okay, there we go. Classic rug pull. Incorrect. Okay. So it wasn't ex-husband suddenly tried to kiss historian. It was colleague suddenly tried to rob historian. To exchange an artifact for money. Yeah. Hmm. It wasn't pepper spray, it was hairspray. That's why it's green. Okay. Got there in the end. Bit of a wrong what's the my brain is gone. The wrong end of the stick is the phrase I was looking for at first. But we got there in the end. Okay. The historian's colleague brought her a strange statue, but then began transferring other artifacts from her safe into his suitcase. In an attempt to stop this, the historian killed her colleague. To cover up what she'd done, she buried the body and burned the fake passport she'd provided for him. Yes. Cool. Encyclopedia Mystica. H. Lazarus Hearst. Lazarus Hearst was the leader of the Puritanical Order Party, which governed Albion from 1792 to 1795. Some claim he used a mystical artifact, see Golden Idol, to seize power. Nowadays, though, this is known to be a myth. Golden Idol. Golden Idol is a fictional artifact said to have derived from ancient Lemuria. Believers make contradictory claims about the idol's supposed function. One popular theory is that it granted eternal life. No one thinks this anymore. However, modern historians agree, not this one, that the idol never existed, and scientists have shown that such functionality is impossible. Well, we played the first game, so we know that they're wrong. Okay, so we've got some stuff. So we know this is Lazarus Hearst, but we can't label him yet. And we don't know who the colleague is, and we don't know the name of the historian. Okie dokie, I'm gonna have some water. Yes, or it was a deliberate lie, a cover-up behind bars, an alarming incident at Sternwall Prison. Okay, 50 spots. A lot of stuff to click on here. All right, we've got an alarm going off, so there's been a breakout. Okay, it's just a 4 cells because there's one more cell to the right that we can't see. What have we got here? We have an abstract sculpture made of paper, an abstract sculpture made of clay, an abstract sculpture made of wire, some clay, some glue, and a pair of scissors. Awareness. Splitting a space. End of soul. I can hear you. Naughty, naughty. I wonder what that's about. My dear friend, you may not have heard the sad news that our mutual hero, the artist Alfred Beasley, passed away on 2/8/1973. I'm not going to try and guess whether it's month, day, or day, month. I hope the prison officers will allow you to hang this poster inside your cell. Maybe we continue to find meaning in his drawings. Nice and bold there. For many years to come. I know you will grieve for Alfred, as will I. As a spiritual man, I believe the key to escaping our torment lies in remembering the date of our loved one's death and celebrating his life each passing year. Your friend, Stephen Aria. Okay, so there's a coded message here. Yeah. So 2/8/1973. So is it like 2? Actually, hang on. 2/8/1. Yeah, so it's probably 2/8/1973. And then we need to look at the poster, I guess, to know what that means. Cartoon fun with Alfred Beasley. Okay. Interesting. So it would be this worm. What are these that we have? Okay, so worm is box. Inside? Inside. 8 is this, which is flower. Inside flower. 1 is book. guess. 9 is this spine. 7 equals 3 saw. There we go. So inside flower book spine equals saw. And there's the flower, and then, okay, donated by the Harmony Foundation, so the Harmony Foundation are trying to help someone break out of prison here. Cells 26, Pakenham. 27, Utley. 28, wiped out. 29, Beswick, possibly Beswick. 30, Blythe. Rules: no gambling, no tobacco, no cell decorations without an officer's permission. Henry, it's absurd that the cell numbers run from left to right in some hallways and right to left in others. When you install the new signs above the doors, please pay direction and stick to it. Okay, so are we going left to right or are we going right to left? We don't know. Bad window. Oh, is there a window behind this that's been sawn through? I wonder. Pouch of tobacco, which is, I think, not allowed. It's a kind of Ouroboros, maybe? We've got 6 tally marks. Sheets. And while working in the laundry room, I heard that Kempton is organising another poker game. Buy in 1 full tobacco pouch. To do, find out who he always wins, no matter what he's betting on. Could be useful as leverage. Overheard Sainsbury delivering something next door. Can he be bought too? Update. Surely it wasn't a hacksaw, was it? I'm sure it sure has sounded like it in the past few nights from what I've been able to hear over the blasted soap opera. Okay, so someone's been making a lot of noise at the soap opera. Not that one, you muppet! Start at the end of the hall. I want all these cells turned over methodically. The use of the word muppet makes me think that we are definitely somewhere Britain coded. Got a pin badge and a handgun. Yes, sir, Mr. Kendall. Sorry, Mr. Smith told me to begin with number 28, but you're the boss. Okay, so this is 28. Which, yeah, this doesn't tell us the order in which the cells are going, unfortunately. He also has a handgun. Dearest Julia, I'm enjoying my new job tremendously. It's so rewarding helping the men better themselves. In particular, I've been helping one inmate nurture his talent for abstract art. One of his early sculptures explored the very fabric of the universe using nothing but paper. Quite the virtuoso, eh? I like to think I played my part, as I was able to find everything he needed at my local craft shop. More recently, the same inmate explained to me his need to precisely prune one of his sculptures to capture the fragility of the human spirit. What a visionary! Once again, I managed to find just the tool he needed, this time in the prison storage room. Unfortunately, my superiors do not seem to see that men like him are just misunderstood, especially our commanding officer Patrick, who treats them and us terribly. I hope I never become like that, no matter how far up the ranks I eventually climb. Yours forever, Percy. Okay, so we've got Patrick Kendall. Kendall, and this is Percy something. Okay, he didn't give a name. But we know that it's not Smith, because he said that Mr. Smith told him. Pale highlights at 7 PM. Cooking with Doris at 8. And then 9. Love, Lust, and a Laundromat is the soap opera that he really wants to be watching, apparently. A pack of marked playing cards. Well, that'll be how he wins all his gambling. Okay, so Kempton. So this one is Kempton cell. 28 Kempton. I hope we get to see people playing Pale at some point. Oh, wow. Okay, this place looks serious business. What's this? So this is, I'm guessing, how someone escaped. They climbed down the wall that way. Clean cuts, these. Just the pliers and some wire cutters should be enough to fix it. Even this tiny toolkit should have those. Henry Wakefield is a maintenance worker. Let's put that in. Okay. He's got a pair of pliers. But what's this? Some stuff is missing. Because we know that the wire cutters were given to the escaped person by that guy. And yeah, look, you can see the bars have been sawn through from this side. Jeremy's got a honker, apparently. You'd be Jeremy then. Jeremy Smith, I think that would make you. Not so tough now, eh? Utley, you big girl's blouse. He's got a handgun and also an assault rifle. What a good boy. You are a good boy. Clovis. Try calling me that without your gun in, without a gun in hand. Screw, see what happens. Okay, so this must be Utley. Where are we? Utley. You were tabbed out a bit concerned about what a honker was in reference to. Yes, a honker is a nose. We have a drain pipe with a saw blade. So yeah, he saw this person sawed through his window bars with the hacksaw blade, slid down the drain pipe, used the wire cutters that he'd been given by. Do you call prison guards screws? I've ever heard that used in Australia. Yep, that is a maybe not quite so much these days. I don't know. Maybe it's fallen out of use, but absolutely 100% in the olden days in the UK, prison guards were screws. I remember hearing the etymology of that name, which I found quite interesting. I might be slightly misremembering, and it's also possible that the etymology that I heard was just wrong. But back in the old Victorian days, one of the things that you could be sentenced to do when you were in prison, like they would make people do like pointless labor, not even like breaking rocks and stuff, but like turning a crank. Like you just stand there and just turn the crank on this box. And how much resistance there was on the crank handle was controlled via a screw. And so the prison guards would come in and they would tighten the screw to make it harder for you to turn the crank, and they were known in there as screws. That is, like, citation needed, I guess, but that is what I heard the etymology of that word was. There's a beloved British sitcom called Porridge, which is set inside a prison. And they're always talking about the screws in that. I think, when was Porridge made? I think Porridge is from the 70s and 80s, maybe. The main guy in it was Ronnie Barker, who is a titan of British comedy, a real, like, legend. It was one of those, like, comedy shows where it is funny, but it also has moments of, like, real deep emotional content, right? Because it's, it's about a bunch of men in prison, and some of them might be innocent, some of them are, like, there's one who's it's the main character. The main character, played by Ronnie Barker, is like a habitual criminal who's in and out of prison all the time, but his cellmate is like a young man, and it's his first offense, and he's trying to, like, better himself and get out, and he's got his girl waiting for him on the outside, and so there's a lot of sort of good emotional content there of, like, trying to make sure that this relatively innocent young man doesn't end up getting made worse by his stint in prison. How dare he not inform me of his plans? The idiot's dug his own grave. When I get out, I'll put him 6 feet under. Okay, this guy is... Oh, okay, so this is the guy who cheats at gambling all the time. This was his room, right? Wait, here. Yeah, so this is the cheaty, gambly guy. Number 28 was... Hang on, what, how... I swear we know the number of this one is 28, but we don't know the name, right? Yeah. Well, we know it's not any of these. So it's some name other than that. Oops. So yeah, this is Gambler. Heh, Big Girl's Blouse. Look, you got a new nickname, eh, neighbor? Okay. So you are a neighbor to this guy, Utley. And we know that Utley is here. So you must be Pakenham. Or Pakenham, possibly. Because we know that 28 is Gambly Guy. So you're Pakenham. Just one more year and that'll be me, free as a bird. The torment is nearly over. I trust that this will help you to forget whatever you think you heard. As extra insurance, I have a small request. I need you to get me something from your work. We can discuss it during the next exercise hour. Okay. So does this guy work in the library and he needed him to get the book, is what I'm wondering. Because we see he has the book. All this stuff was got for him by the prison guard. Oh yeah, we also have this. I can hear you, naughty naughty. So this one, the guy with the sheets, while working in the laundry room. So he works. Okay, and Kempton is the. Okay, Kempton is Gambler Man. Here we are. Okay, and so yeah, the note saying naughty naughty I can hear you was from this guy because he's next door to him. So now actually we should be able to figure this out. So wait, oh, okay, crap. Which of these are first names and which of these are surnames? Is Kempton a first name then? Maybe. But yeah, whoever is in this room, the one who's escaped, his neighbor is this guy, and he works in the laundry. Which ones do we know? We know Utley is the gambling man, which is in... No, Kempton is the gambling man, which is in the middle. So 28 is Kempton. And then, if we think Pakenham is 26, how did we figure that out? Oh, you've got a new nickname, Neighbour. And that's because we know Utley. Okay, so Utley's neighbor. Okay, yeah. And so we know that this can't be 26 because that person is gone. So 29 here must be Beswick. So this guy is Beswick. Okay. All right. So now we just got to put first names and last names together, which I think we will be able to do with our last place that we can look in here. And yeah, that the thing you needed from the laundry was a sheet. Okay. Hail! Mammusium Pale Club. Is this like Manchester United in their world? Tear off a raffle number for a chance to win tickets. Okay, clearly I can't trust any of you two idiots to guard the whole block by yourselves after 9 PM. From today, November 15th, you will all be working the graveyard shift every night. And get your bloody ears tested. How you didn't hear anything is beyond me. Okay, so we've got Jason something, Robert something. Okay, this is where all our first names are coming from. And we can figure out who is in which cell. All right. I will do that in a second. We'll do names first. So this must be a surname. So let's get the words up. So we've got you're Jason Kempton. You're Robert Pakenham. And you're Daniel Utley. And then we've got Jimmy, which must be this guy, because he said only one more year and I'm out, whereas this guy, Arthur, is in for life. So it must be Stevie Beswick. Okay, now what's this guy's surname? Percy something. How are we missing this? So he's a fan of that club. Mr. Kendall, Mr. Smith. Where are we finding? Overheard Sainsbury delivering something next door. Oh, Sainsbury delivering something. Can he be bought to? So, yes. This must be Sainsbury then, I guess. Yay! Okay, so we know who's who, and we also know where everyone is. Right. We know that this guy's here. Mystery Man is here. That's Gambling Man. There we go. Okay. We have a corkboard that we can't continue to fill in yet. Alright. Events. Someone. So this will be Mystery Man. I know, it just says my dear friend. Okay, how are we figuring out this guy's name? So it's this guy, Arthur something. Arthur something. Where are our surnames? Oh, that's right. We can look here. So, Blythe. Arthur Blythe. He was in prison for murder. Got out of his cell through a window using a saw blade he got from Stephen Aria. Stephen Aria. Gonna have to play these when enough time passes me to forget my playthrough. Yeah, it's just a shame with games like this, like that. This Return of the Obra Dinn, Outer Wilds. I mean, I like Outer Wilds is like a game you can only play once, but it's like to the extreme. I think in that this you need to remember like the details and stuff, but like in 2 days' time, I'm not going to remember the names of any of these people or the details. Like it might come back to me if I were to play it again, but it's not like I'm gonna be like really invested in stuff. Whereas Outer Wilds, the events of Outer Wilds and the secrets and the details and all that sort of stuff are seared onto my soul. Like there is no chance that I could ever play Outer Wilds. No matter how much time passed, I will never be able to play Outer Wilds. With Return of the Obra Dinn, I remember all the stuff that happened and I remember the names of some of the characters, but there's still like I've played through Return of the Obra Dinn like 3 or 4 times, because even though I know a lot of the details, it's still satisfying for me to go through and remember, oh yeah, this is how you put this stuff together. At this point, I can figure out who this person is and how they died and stuff. I guess it's a good thing you've not played a close attention to Outer Wilds. I can't stress this enough. If you are even the vaguest bit interested in Outer Wilds, play it. Just play the game. Do not watch it. Like, one of the biggest regrets in my life is that I watched someone play Outer Wilds before I played it myself. Because I denied myself a potentially like transformative experience, because it's such a fantastic game. and now I have to satisfy myself with watching other people play it and trying to experience it vicariously through their first time playthrough. Outer Wilds takes up the neurons I would use in the 14th century for what I thought was a religious experience. Yes, I feel similar. I think I'm an Outer Wilds evangelist. I like to proselytize the word of Outer Wilds. I've listened to quite a few people play it, but usually as background noise. Nima being one of them. I'm kind of tempted. I've been thinking, like, should I go back and rewatch Nemo's Outer Wilds playthrough? Because I was there for it, but it'd be cool to like re-experience it. I'm in the process of watching Shy Lily's Outer Wilds playthrough. It isn't all up, actually. No, most of it is, but not the end. Yeah, I've been on a bit of a kick recently watching people play. I found that there's a YouTube channel that exclusively uploads supercuts of people playing Outer Wilds, Return of the Obra Dinn, Tunic, like the other kind of the classic Metroid Brainerd type games, and I've been really enjoying it. Some of them are really, really good playthroughs. Like the people had the like really, really good emotional resonance with the characters and stuff. I think it's worth throwing on. I don't think we're friends on Steam, Scholar of Games, but if you add me on Steam, I will just give you Outer Wilds. It's yeah. I want as many people as possible to experience it. I can't say that it's a perfect game because there's no really such thing as perfect, and there's always things that could be improved about anything. And also, I haven't actually played it myself, so maybe the ship controls are really clunky and it's awkward to fly around in space. I don't know, but I will say that it's, in my opinion, the best game ever made. It transcends what it means to be a game, I think, because it's not just a fantastic story and incredibly emotionally resonant and a work of artistic sort of genius, but it's also a technical masterpiece. Like in order to make a game that works the way that game works is incredibly difficult from a technical point of view. There's a story actually that when they were like planning the achievements for the game, one of the achievements they wanted to have was for you to be on one planet, for your ship to be on another planet, and for your scout to be on another planet. But the developer, like the publisher, I think it was like, no, you can't have an achievement which encourages people to crash the game, because they have to render all the physics like in real time whenever you're on a planet, or when your ship is on a planet, or when your scout is on a planet. And so the extra work that the game needs to do when you've got all of those things having to be rendered all at once is it's a lot. But yes, absolutely, you should play Outer Wilds. It's just a wonderful game. Right, he entered the yard via a drain pipe, I guess, and breached the fence using wire cutters. There we go. Unfortunately, the end of your playthrough is lost forever. Oh no! This is why I record everything locally. I also make no effort whatsoever to like make thumbnails or anything, so I'm usually able to get my VODs up on YouTube like the same day that I streamed them, because I'm under no illusions. Like, I'm not trying to have a VOD channel which is like gonna get people to find me and watch my streams. It's literally just an archive for my VODs. So that if I ever do need extra hard drive space, I can delete the VODs that I've got saved locally. The wire cutters that he got from... What was this? Was it... I know that it was Sainsbury. Was it Jeremy Sainsbury? Percy Sainsbury. Finally, he climbed over the wall by attaching sheets, which he got from someone, to the something from his something. Bars from his window. And the name of the guy he got the sheets from was this guy, who is Beswick. Jimmy Beswick. Give me Beswick. Hooray! Nice. Arthur Blythe received a hacksaw blade from someone outside the prison named Stephen Aria. He used the noise from a fellow inmate's television to cover the sound of him soaring through his window bars at night when the guards were understaffed. Excellent. Mamusium top league again. Mamusium won the Albion Pale Championship yesterday, beating Victrix in a thrilling 1-0 final. So yes, this does sound like it's football, because only in the game of football could a 1-0 scoreline be described as thrilling. Killer on loose. Police are hunting an escaped murderer, hunting a murderer who escaped Stonewall Prison yesterday. Arthur Blythe, who formerly worked at the Museum of Lemurian History, was serving a life sentence for fatally stabbing a colleague who had caught him stealing artifacts, which he later sold at various locations. Interesting. Okay. Oh, we got some more stuff. Okay. So, we still don't know her name. We don't know who the colleague was. Unless the colleague was actually Arthur Blythe? No. Well, no, because okay, so the colleague who was stealing with her involved, she killed. So they're not in prison. Blockbuster release. An immersive experience at the drive-in. Okay, I'm loving the outfits. The Neptune difference. We give our guests an escape from their mundane lives with our unique true 3D technology. Enter a world of movie magic thanks to our one-of-a-kind Neptune crystal. Okay, so this is the crystal from the Golden Idol, possibly, which I think you probably shouldn't be using for entertainment. Here we have a hammer, a screwdriver, some wire cutters, a piece of red wire that has been cut, a spool of green wire. Okay. I've only recently dedicated myself to being a good boy for future historians. I want to leave behind lots of primary sources to avoid situations like, why would we write this down? Everyone knows how to build a pyramid. Yeah. Miss Cunningham's going to fire me if I can't get this fixed. New projector troubleshooting guidelines. 1. Check projector power supply. Confirm all internal parts are correctly mounted. If image too small, check lens. If image not showing, check light. If image distorted, check crystal. Pro Screen recommends against stopping projector once film has started. Interesting. Okay. So the lamp is on. The projector lens is running. Crystal is blue, which we remember from the first game means that it's depicted as red here. Blue is like suck in, red is give out. Then you bring that up. I recently watched a video on the pyramids and didn't realize they never, in all of their writings, say how the hell they were built. I guess it's like, I'm trying to think about like a contemporary example of something where it's like, as long as the people who are doing it know how to do it, do you need to write, like, I don't know what the levels of literacy were in ancient Egypt. I have to assume that most of the people building the pyramids weren't literate, right? They weren't slaves. That's like, this is now established fact. They were skilled laborers, but like, would they have been able to read and write? I don't know. I don't know what literacy rates were like in ancient Egypt at all. Like, was it the province only of the sort of the scribes and the highly educated, or was it a more common thing for people to know how to do? You mentioned workers and what they were paid and all the little details, but not how it was actually done. Yeah, because I guess like the Nemo, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, because this is definitely not my field of expertise. My sort of gut feeling, I guess, is that most of stuff that got written down in really, really old times was all to do with like administration, right? Like it was about keeping count of things, keeping track of who needed to be paid what, and like who owed what taxes and things like that. And so details of how to do a thing weren't something that would be typically written down. They would be passed from one craftsman to another, right? Because the people who did the writing down were the court officials and the sort of the ruling class, rather than the actual workers themselves. I could be completely off the base on that, but it wasn't my fault. Someone pulled it off me from behind while I was trying to figure out what had been thrown in my back seat. He's got a ticket stub. And something's been pulled off him from behind. Being pulled off from behind is potentially not necessarily a negative experience. I told you it was irresponsible, but no one listens to old Beck Mason. So you would be Beck Mason. Okay, we have A. Lemons has been inspecting the wiring here. Okay, and whatever the power to the projector was has been replaced with green wire when it used to be red. So someone cut the power to the projector? The lock has been damaged and cannot close. Okay. Just looking for names here. Neptune crystal. So someone is named Neptune, possibly. But a burning car. Warning, do not remove the upper lid unless the fire switch is set to off. Well, it's set to on, and someone removed the upper lid, and the car caught fire. Crinoline literacy was an elite ability that was only held by about 5% of the population. And yes, basically all inscriptions are one, agricultural taxes, which often have pretty robust trigonometry examples, and religious texts. Cool. It's nice to know that something that I had no like formal knowledge of, that I was just guessing, but I guessed correctly. I really this is like, I'm gonna sound big-headed now. I feel like I have a pretty good ability to guess things correctly, based on just like vibes, I guess. Like I have a decent sort of sense for what seems reasonable. I like it's things that I haven't been like formally educated in or already know like objectively whether they're right or not. Which is, I think, a good ability to have. You're less likely to fall for scams and stuff if you have a good kind of like internal logic weather vane, I guess, for pointing to what's reasonable. Intuition would be the word, yes. Okay, so... Oh, there's more here. And a blue paint. Label reads, caution, highly flammable. Why would blue paint be highly flammable? And some wire cutters. Okay, so... Someone cut the wires here, necessitating them to be... Well, okay, maybe this person cut them. I had to be replaced with the green wire. What's going on here? What the hell? It was just a dumb bet. You didn't have to go that far. Ticket stub. There's something between Mike and Jenny. Tonight we will see something, here's something. Winner, Mike, crossed out. Jenny, crossed out. That doesn't count. You still lose. Oh, a dispute. There's something between Mike and Jenny. Tonight we will see something, here's something. Okay. Well, it's a bet, I guess. We know that much. So you're Jenny. We can put that in. Jenny. Mike. I didn't know that would happen. Who the hell wears something that dangerous? Besides, you said we wouldn't see it, but now we have. I win. Miss Chen. Before I forget. Hope the costume fits and it got to you on time. So jealous you and Mr. Lendl get to go and get to see it at the Neptune. So he was Lendl. I'll have to stick to a boring normal cinema. Yes, I'm with Mr. Lendl on this one. No way Bert's going out like that. Okay. So... It's Champ, actually. I'm starting to regret getting involved. You barely even covered the cost of my Mr. Transome costume. Okay. So this person's name is Champ. And the character who's dressed up as is Transome. Move it, Chip! Fire was not part of tonight's plan. Okay, also a ticket stub. A duffel bag containing a note detailing a plan. I get to... Okay, the plan. Disguise my identity. Need a costume? No, okay. Get in and out of the drive-in. Bring enough money, I'm guessing. Get the staff out of my way with a distraction. Pack wire cutters. They may search people's bags, so hide my spoils in plain sight. Bring something. Okay. There's more here? Oh, I never looked at this. Money. So yes, we do have money. Mr. Vincent. Champ Vincent, possibly? What was he saying? Oh, they're driving. The hieroglyphic writing system had the quality of being extremely hostile to literacy development. Symbols can be used for phonetic purposes, ideographic purposes, as determiners to indicate the type of word to help with reading, as references to other symbols and several others. Consequently, there is a hymn to a god of the Nile at the temple of Esna that is written with nothing but about 20 pictures of crocodiles. Oh my god. Not a sensible writing system. Oh my god, Laura, we can't get out. What do we do if the car explodes? So you aren't Laura, but you are. I hope we survive for an actual screening. I heard a Transome and a Marini arguing over what would happen to Bertrand in this one, and now I really want to see it. Okay. So Transome is this character, Marini is this character. You are Laura. Bertrand is the character that they were arguing about, right? We will see Bertrand. Something is something. And they were arguing... Just a dumb bet, you didn't have to go that far. I didn't know that would happen. Who the hell wears something that dangerous? Besides, oh, okay, so he was wearing this hat, I guess, which had a flamethrower built in or something. So, was that it? You'll see Bertrand lose his hat? And she thought that she'd lost the bet, and so she took the guy's hat off and threw it. We don't have the word hat. I think that might be what it is. Okay, we still have more stuff to click over here. What is going on with the screen? The image is distorted and garbled because crystal is blue, not red. Oh. The man is dazed and bleeding heavily. It's a collectible figurine and a ticket stub. He's been ran into. No one leaves. Fresh coffee stain. Okay, so you've smashed into his car and banged your head on the steering wheel. Okay, we've got banned for life. Oggy Tammany is banned for life for some reason, but we don't have a good picture of them. Interesting, all the cars have two wheels at the front in this world. Okay, so so this person is probably Oggy Tammany, because otherwise why would they need to be in disguise? And they've been banned for life, so that's my guess that I'm going with. Office, me, maintenance, and the protector's booth, sick, Andy to swap in. Okay, so this guy is Andy. And he normally does maintenance. Yes, and so he is Andy Lemons. Right, because we saw back over here A Lemons. Yeah, he normally does the maintenance, Andy Lemons. Rotary phone hanging off the hook. Sarah, who stole what? Are you there? Okay. So Sarah is me, I guess. Costume competition. First place, free tickets for a month. Doug Baxter for his dangerously authentic Bertrand. Okay, so Doug Baxter is this guy. Second place, a popcorn bonanza. Definitely better than Parker's. Annie Kishimoto. Costume really hooked me. Third place, Marini figurine. Tom Powers. Super scary, sharp teeth. I thought I saw a better version of this character, but he didn't show up to the competition. Okay, so Tom Powers, this guy, as he won the figurine. Powers. And you must be Annie Kishimoto, because you, I think, had a shitload of popcorn. Yeah. Miss Cunningham, you're right, that weird lady called again. She can't seem to get it through her head that she can't just buy anything she wants. She sent her goon to make an offer in person, but I saw him to the exit, just like you said. I told him never to come back, and that no amount of money could buy what makes this place so special, but he didn't seem to listen. So this woman is possibly the weird woman, and she's desperately trying to stop anyone from getting out of here, maybe? The new summer blockbuster flies into theaters May 1st. Space Storm. Porbo joins the fight against the evil captain. Okay. This is Bertrand, I think. Is that the name? Ah, costumes. Okay, so... Oh, we're still missing one thing. Oh, this. Car crash. There we go. Okay, let's... Okay, so we should know her surname and we should know her name. Okay, so we know that you know, that's Marini. I'm guessing that's Porbo. We can check from the costume contest, right? Dangerously authentic Bertrand. So this is Bertrand. Oh, and the dispute, Bertrand will lose his head, I think. Yes. So she took the head off this costume, and then it all caught fire. Okay. So need a costume. Bring enough money. Get the stuff out of the way of distraction. Pack wire cutters. They may search people's bags, so I'll hide my spoils in plain sight. Bring something. Paint? Ah! There it is. He's painted this blue. So this is what he's come to steal. He's painted it blue. So yes, he brought the blue paint. Here. There we go. Okay, Laura. Transom. And a Marini. Okay, so Transom is this guy. So this is Transom. Transom. There you go. Okay. And we've got all these names, right? That's Doug Baxter. On Powers. Okay, so we're just looking for Laura something and whoever this woman is. Miss Cunningham. You were right. Miss Cunningham's gonna fire me if I can't get this fixed. So who? It's not you, right? Are you Miss Cunningham? A fresh coffee stain. Oh, okay. So someone. Sarah, who stole what? Okay, so Sarah Cunningham, that's you. And you're desperate to not let anyone get out because you know that someone's stolen the gem. So, Sarah Cunningham. Okay, and you're Laura something. How are we figuring out your surname? No, wait, hang on. Oh, okay. Better than Parker's. You're Laura Parker because your Bertram costume wasn't as good, right? No, not you. You. Yes. Laura Parker. Bam. Now someone needs to kidnap him and they can ransom Transom. It's good to see that even though Punderful can't be here, his spirit lives on, you know? Okay. Events 1. Is there an Events 2 that's coming up as well? Okay. So, Sarah Cunningham, owner of the Neptune Theatre. Or Drive-In. Where is... Cinema. I had been using a red crystal to enhance the projector. A something sent someone to sent Augie. Is it Tammany? To steal it. I would have stove. But he was banned from the cinema. To yeah, this is stole, not steal, so it doesn't work. To oh, to buy it. Okay, so this. Okay, so that was the goon that was sent to try and buy it. Then he got banned. Then, arrived in disguise, in costume, and stole the crystal, disguising it as a tooth. Okay, a weird lady. Okay. Events 2. In order to win a bet, this person, Jenny Chen, pulled the head off Doug Baxter. This is costume. This started a fire. So patrons tried to escape. Hearing the commotion, someone looked out. So this must be Sarah. Cunningham looked out, saw the screen, and realized someone must have taken the crystal. She then caused a car crash while attempting to block the exit. Ah, I'm good at this game. We've solved the scenario. After being banned from the Neptune Cinema, Augie Tamine, who knows, needed a way in to steal the crystal his employer wanted. Disguised in a costume, he paid a local to drive him in. Augie cut the power to the projection booth as a distraction and swapped the crystal for one of the teeth from his costume to conceal it in case he was searched. However, an unexpected fire caused chaos, disrupting his easy escape. Okay. The host. What makes you think you'll succeed when no one else has? Unlike those who've tried before, I understand that the idol is more than the sum of its parts. To reassemble it successfully, one first needs a deep understanding of the universe. I see. And how do we know you're not just another fraud hoping to cash in on the next cheap knockoff? Feel my energy. Be present with it for a moment. And I invite everyone else at home to do likewise. You see? Now you know. Okay then. I suppose the listeners can make of that what they will. Radio interview number 3. Okay. Still don't have it. That was her speaking, I'm sure, but we don't have a name for her. Oh, can we... Okay, we can do this. So... Are you Arthur Blythe? No. Okay, I feel like well, we'll have to wait until we get all of the bits for this, maybe. Okay, and we have 4th bit. Going once. A shocking murder at the auction house. I wonder if electrocution will be involved. 7 Seas auction on August 13th, hosted by Nils Wilmington. 7 PM opening ceremonies, 7:15 start of auction. 8:10 cocktails and collections. Sold lots will be retrieved by the property manager at the following times: 8:15 lot 1, 8:25 lot 2, 8:35, 8:45, 8:55, so every 10 minutes, and then 9 PM closing ceremonies. Okay. Oh, we have different times. So this is 7:45-ish. So we are in the middle of the auction. And then here, we can't see what's going on, but things look kind of messed up. And it is 8:40. So it would be in between lot 3 and lot 4 being retrieved. Outbid again. Robbie was right. Why did I even come? I recognize you, I think. Weren't you strangling someone in the intro? You've got some money. Okay, the amount of money may be important here. I recognize you. Get on with it. The next lot's the one that matters. Okay. This would look stunning in my entryway, and for a steal of a price. Okay, so you're bidding on this, which I recognize. This is the beast something, wild beast maybe. Forget from the previous game. The museum doesn't need an Albion relic anyway, but perhaps I'll bid on the Adrian lot. Disgusting mask. I failed to rescue Lot 1, but Lot 4 will return with me to the motherland, so you're Lemurian. Because I remember that's how they showed Lemurian text in the past. Yeah, ticket number this, date this, time the destination Lemuria. So you already have your return plane ticket. Wooden cane. Going once, going twice. Sold to the movie star. Okay. So that woman is a movie star. The poor professor just isn't cut out for this. Should have listened to me. Cocktails. Classic martini. 20 units of money. Dinner vermouth garnished with an olive. Harley's Ghost. Ale, seltzer, grenadina, slice of lime. 7C special. Rum, butterscotch, and vanilla served in a copper mug. Death in the evening. Absinthe and champagne. Interesting combination. Note to Robbie. Froberg's first day. Serve with a smile. Note to Robbie Froberg's first day. Serve with a smile. Please refrain from selling any drinks to Mr. Bogart while he's on the job. Okay, so you are... Robbie Froberg. You are Mr. Bogart. Yeah, champagne and absinthe is... I mean... It certainly conjures up some pretty interesting ideas of like what the effects would be, but the type of person who would order it, you know. Okay, and so we've got 3... Or here are the 4 drinks. You can see. That's everything in this scene, I think. We can go upstairs. We can see what's going on here. It was invented by Hemingway. Circuit box danger, risk of electrocution. Okay, that'll be the shocking, I guess. I wonder if I can get Miss Knightley's autograph. So you are Miss Knightley, the movie star. And you have a ring of keys. Okay, this has been sold. This is Lemurian. This is the 3rd lot run now. This has been sold. God knows what it is. Yep, this is the mask that's currently for sale. Okay, this is the thing that ends up getting bought by the crazy woo-woo lady. And this is another thing. But she wanted lot 4? Yep. Okay. So she really wants this. This is Lemurian. Okay, that's everything up there. So I think now we go here. Oriel, please calm down. Okay, so you have this seal. This is a Lemurian seal. Okay, everyone's wasted and gyrating, it looks like. And the power's out because this is happening. What do you do? Lot 1, bought by bidder A4 for this amount. Lot 2, bought by bidder S3. Lot 3 was also bought by bidder S3. So we know that S3 is the movie star. So she got lot 2 as well. Lot 4, bought by bidder M5 for this amount. And then lot 5 was bought by bidder A4 for this amount. She bid an awful lot for lot 4. She really wanted it. Okay, and you've got a ring of keys, but it's a different ring of keys than the security guard's ring of keys. This is the security guard's ring of keys. Out of my way. Time for plan B. I'll distract Bogart. You grab his keys. I've got the statue. Okay. An esoteric totem has been knocked to the ground. In the safe. 6,500 thalers. Aurelia Winston. A check. And a lot of money. So, back to that. The person who had the checkbook is you. So you are Aurelia Winters. Was it Winters? Winston. Change plans. I'll distract Bogart. You grab his keys. Okay, so I was wrong. This is Bogart. Because he's grabbed his keys. So Bogart is currently being distracted. The lights are finicky, nothing to worry about. Are you going to buy me the drink, Tessa? To my biggest fan, Erwin. Stay sharp, Summer. So we have Summer Knightley, Erwin Bogart. And he's being distracted by Tessa. Probably her. Okay. Nobody move, you'll step on my new Lankan centerpiece. So that's her. The movie star. Oh, the lights went out. Who's touching me? You haven't got an awful lot of money left. So, okay, it's 3,090 left. How much did you have? So, I'm trying to figure out. Is it here? Yeah. So someone spent 19,000 for lot 4. Who had 19,000 to begin with, even. So you could have spent that. You couldn't. You definitely couldn't. You could have potentially, but you already bought 2 things by this point, so it's unlikely. Upon investigation, thalers are a defunct European silver coin for which we get the word dollar. Oh, that's interesting. So, okay, so you pay by check, so we know who you are. Oh, and we can also know. So the check was for 6,500. Which was this. Okay. So you wanted, so you bought both of these, A4. Wait, not words, just 2 names. So, oh wait, no, that'll get rid of it. So yeah, Aurelia Winston bought this one and also this one. Although for some reason, the check for the second one never made it up here. And then we also know that same person bought both of these, and that person was Summer Knightley. Okay, and then we know that it was either the Lemurian woman or so it was either her or her who bought the last one because he didn't have enough money. A creature unknown to science. A mask. So first one was a seal. Second one was the creature. Third one was a mask. The fourth one is that totem. And the fifth one is a totem. It's a statue. And we know that 1 and 4 were Lemurian. Lemurian or Lankan? Lemurian, right? This one was Albion. Right, I failed to rescue lot 1, lot 4 will return. So 1 and 4 are both Lemurian. 1 and 4, yeah. Robbie was right. This is Robbie, right? Yeah. The next lot's the one that matters. So she wanted to bid on lot 4. Perhaps I'll bid on the Adrian lot. So she bid on the Adrian lot. Which means this must be the Adrian lot. Right? And then the creature unknown to science. How do we figure out where that came from? Now is not the time, Umati. We all need to leave immediately. Okay, someone still has quite a lot of money left here. What about my statue? Stop pushing me. It's only a power outage. Okay, this person also still has quite a lot of money. Oh, because they bought some drinks. That's why they've got slightly less money, but still quite a lot of money. Okay, crumpled up. Plane ticket. Here we are. Dr. Toussaint got 1 death in Eve. Mrs. De Silva got a martini. And Ms. Navari got 3 SSS. SSS was 7 Seas Special, which is the one in a copper mug. Okay, so someone spent 90 thalers on these drinks to get this guy drunk. So who is down 90? They do want me to do math on stream. Okay, so this person has that martini-looking one. The martini-looking one is a classic martini, which is 20. And the person who bought that was Mrs. De Silva. So this is Mrs. De Silva, who started with 20,000. So that could be you. It is you. So you are De Silva. Mumati De Silva. Okay, you have 17, 9, 10. Okay, who else bought drinks? Navari bought 3 SSS, so that would be 90. So that would mean that you started with 1800, which would make you, right? Yep. Okay. So you are Ms. Navari. Dr. Toussaint. It's time for plan B. I'll distract Bogart, you grab his keys. So whoever this is... Okay, so... Oh, another drink, Tessa. So you're Tessa Navari. And... Hang on. Are you Mumati Bogart? So this is definitely the security guard, right? So we've got... I'll distract Bogart, you grab his keys. So Bogart has been distracted by Tessa Navari, right? We know that his first name is Erwin. Now is not. So he's talking to her, so she's talking back to him. So is he Erwin Mumati then, not Bogart? And Bogart is this guy? Okay. Hosted by Nils Wilmington. No. So this is Nils Wilmington. So what's the Oriel? Please calm down. So this is Oriel. They're drinking the green drink, which is okay. So Oriel Toussaint. So you're. Oh wait, hang on. No, this is where I'm getting confused. So, are you not Mumati? You are Bogart. You're Nils Wilmington. Okay, there we go. Just missing out on this guy's name threw me off a bit. Oh, okay. So that's who everyone is. And now we need to figure out where things are from. Creature unknown to science. How are we supposed to figure out where that's from? Outbid again. So this is Robbie Froberg's first day. So is he involved? Because there's like it's her, right? This one. And someone else is her accomplice. So we know who isn't accounted for. So this is Checkbook Lady, who got the seal, right? Yeah. This is the movie star. This is the doctor, security guard. So the people up here must be. So this is this is like the bartender guy, and this is Nils. What's his face? Because yeah, he has the same keys. Okay. So we just need to figure out where this is from and who ended up actually buying the Lemurian statue. I think the person who bought the Lemurian statue was her, because she wanted to buy it, but she could outbid because like this woman had more money, right? Like if we look at the actual amount that was bid, yeah, 19,000, which is more than the total amount of money that she had. So she got outbid. They changed the plans. Okay. So then the last thing is, look, where is this creature unknown to science from? How are we supposed to figure that out? What am I missing? How are we supposed to figure out where it's from? Because I mean, just like... just bizarre. Because this is Lemurian. This is Lemurian. And they mention that as being from Albion. Hmm. I'm really stumped as to how I'm supposed to know where that weird bird thing is from. Is there any indication here? Because I can just get, you know, I can process a nation. Like, is it Adrian? Is it Albion? Is it Lankan? It is. I don't know how I was supposed to know that. Where did we get the word Lanka from, I guess? Would be the thing to look up. Somewhere. I'm just going to click through until I see Lankan. Where did the word Lankan come from? Oh, my new Lankan centerpiece, which is on the floor. Okay, there we go. So yeah, okay, that's how we were supposed to figure it out. All right, I just wanted to make sure that I understood what the game was actually getting at. Okay, at the Seven Seas auction, Tessa Naviri was outbid by Marty da Silva for the statue from Lemuria, and so decided to steal it instead. Tessa Navari distracted Erwin Bogart while Robbie Froberg stole their keys. Nils Wilmington discovered Robbie Froberg stealing the statue upstairs, and a fight ensued. Robbie Froberg pushed Nils Wilmington into a circuit box with a cane, causing instant death. Oh, nice. Tessa Navari hoped to buy the Lemurian statue at auction, but had a backup plan in case the price climbed too high. While ordering drinks at the bar, she slipped her accomplice a note, and the pair got to work. However, the accomplice was caught stealing the statue. He electrocuted the witness while protecting himself from the current with a wooden cane. Alright, we have this. Turns out we won't be needing you after all, Mr. Froberg. Sorry for the short notice. Not to worry. If anything else opens up, you know how to reach me. And please, call me Robbie. Ah. This is Robbie Froberg? And we've got orgetamine tablets. This is the guy who broke out of prison, I think, right? This is his artwork. Okay. So... okay, we now know her name. Her name is Tessa Navari. Who is Stephen Aria? Who is the weird lady? So she must be the weird lady. Wait, isn't she... this is the same person. Right? What? This is the same person. Ah. And apparently this is the same person. Robbie Froberg, right? Mr. Froberg, please call me Robbie. Robbie Froberg. Okay. What is going on? Arthur Blythe escaped from prison. Where is Arthur Blythe? Oh, it's already, the name is already in there. Okay. And was that Arthur Blythe? Did we ever get a picture of Arthur Blythe? None of these people. So we don't actually know what Arthur Blythe looks like, other than that it's not... Whoops. So we know that Arthur Blythe is... where am I looking? Yeah. It's not him. It's not him. So... Oh, but... Glasses. So... Are you Arthur Blythe? Oh, and you stole... That's okay. You called the real Robbie Froberg to say we don't need you, and then you took his place, is what happened. So yeah, you were using the name Robbie Froberg, but actually you are the murderer Arthur Blythe. Okay. The colleague who stole ended up getting murdered. I mean, it's not... I mean, Lazarus Hurst is not here, right? We know Lazarus Hurst is dead, surely, because he got shot by a cannon. Is Tessa Navari also the weird lady? Who sent the saw blade to get him out? Can't have been him, can't have been him, wasn't him. And then who stole the Chris? Who's Augie Tamine? Oh, Augie Tamine. So that was also you. Who stole the crystal? So... Tessa Naviri is an anagram of Stephen Aria. Right? Tessa. Yeah, it is. Okay. So her colleague, who she killed... This guy? Because he didn't have any money? He's trying to steal from her? And his name was Oriol Toussaint? This is a bit of a guess. Yeah. So, either these aren't the same person. Like, they sure do look the same, eh? Like, also, like, we see... Yeah, this is her coach. So, like, yeah, it's not like there's twins or someone's impersonating her or something. They are the same person. So... And her name was Tessa Naviri, right? Let me just double check that. We know that from... Yeah. Yeah. Although she could also be using a false name, I guess. This is just some random prison guy. This is just some random prison guy. Could... Colleague. I was assuming it was a man, but it could have been a woman, right? Because if someone was going to try and steal the statue... it's the auditor, yeah. A trusty colleague. Sorry, I've been off radar. I've been keeping my head down at the Dragonfly Inn. Oh. This is the colleague. Who is... okay, what's his real name, though, is the question. Arthur Blythe. Wow, okay. So yeah, it turns out there were already 2 people involved. Just a lot of fake names. Alright, that's the corkboard done. So now we can do the story. Okay. Which we'll have to use the corkboard for. Okay, someone wanted to something the mythical something of something. Something from it something. Okay. So... You can definitely know this. Just an escape because he knew the locations of the parts. The mythical golden idol of Lazarus Hurst. That's why he's there. From its owner. No, from its parts. Tessa Navari wanted to reassemble the mythical golden idol of Lazarus Hurst from its parts. Tessa Navari arranged Arthur Blythe prison escape because he knew the locations of the parts. Tessa and Arthur worked together to how many parts? I need to briefly go back to here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. To buy the final one at the auction. I need to go back to here. Arthur Blythe resorted to murder. In the end, Arthur Blythe tried to steal the golden idol from Tessa Navari, which resulted Arthur Blythe's death. Shit, okay. Steal? No. Reassemble? No. Steal the parts. Not the golden idol, because, yes, it was the parts that he was stealing. Hooray! Behold, our time has come. What are you weirdos up to? So this is somebody, I guess, looking through binoculars, because as we all know, this is what it looks like when you look through binoculars. Okay. How am I doing for time? Okay, I've been going for 3 hours. I kind of kind of tempted to pause here. I don't know how much more of the game there is, but I don't want to overdo it. I'm also... My throat's starting to feel a little bit scratchy, and it's early enough in the day that if I stop now, I could actually still go and do a little bit more yard work, because there's always more yard work to do, and I'm trying to, like, be good about that. I feel like, yeah, let's I'm gonna pace myself. I'll do a 3-hour stream today, and maybe I'll stream tomorrow, like maybe during the week at some point. But yeah, I want to get more into the habit of not streaming until I'm completely exhausted, which has unfortunately been my habit in the past. But yeah, no, this was really fun. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really glad that the sequel is as good as, if not better than the original. Like, there's definitely some nice extra polish on this new one. Welshman becomes lawnmower, American tragic. I do not own a lawnmower. I do own a strimmer, which maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll go and do a brief bit of strimming. The amount of grass that I own it's about like 10 square feet. I have a backyard which is very small, but my backyard has like astroturf in it rather than real grass, which was like, on the one hand, oh, it'd be nicer if it was real grass, but on the other hand, I don't have to maintain it, which is very nice. It does mean that I have to sweep my lawn, which is kind of weird, because I have a cherry tree in my backyard, and it'll drop cherries everywhere, and so I have to sweep them up. But yeah, real grass can be a pain. Like, if you want it to keep looking nice and not just be full of weeds, then, especially if you're in somewhere where it, like, you know, you'll have times when you get no rain for ages and the grass just dies, like, actually maintaining it looking nice is a lot of work. I have some neighbors who are very diligent about it, and their grass looks immaculate, but I'm just, like, I didn't want a big yard. I wanted a very easy to maintain yard, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to maintain a big yard. Okay, yeah, let me look for somebody to raid. Let's see. Anybody I follow streaming? Oh! Wow, what an opportunity. I get to raid my Oshi, if she has raids enabled. I'm going to raid Imi Bizu. I forgot that she was streaming. She's been streaming for an hour. I'm a terrible fan. Okay, am I allowed? I am allowed to raid Imi. Wow. Okie doke. What an experience. Thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by. It was great to have people hanging out in the chat and keep me company while playing. I wish I could give more warning of when I will stream next. I will indeed, Nemo, I will indeed. But yeah, scheduling streams is not a thing that I can currently really do. It's a total crapshoot on any given day whether I feel like I have the energy. But yeah, okay, let's get the raid going. As always, I don't have any idea what my raid message should be. Let's just go with... Let's just go with that. There you go. If you have access to my singular remote, feel free to use it. If you don't, I don't know, figure something out. Yeah, and I'll see you around. Bye for now.